Your orc warrior, Sogsar, needs a mental break. He hasn't been sleeping well as he tosses and he's turned, thinking of all the horrible things he's done. This murder hobo lifestyle is really catching up with him. What if he could get away on a retreat and recharge and come back refreshed? Let's talk about an extra long rest. Now wait, don't go. If you're like me, I love long rests. It has never made sense to me that with only 8 hours rest, your character is perhaps all healed up and good as new. What about the wear and tear on your adventure's psyche? Accidentally torching an orphanage is the kind of thing that kind of sticks with you. Even cleaving a guy in two would tend to scar a person. Add a stress mechanic to your game to make it a bit more grittier and psychologically realistic. Check with your players if this is something that they're okay with. This might not be good for anyone who is dealing with some kind of real trauma or anything in their life. The last thing you want to do is to add to their stress. With this stress mechanic, the characters incur levels of stress that act as levels of exhaustion. This makes sense because the effects of stress and exhaustion are often similar. In fact, I would just fold the two together so you aren't tracking two things. To recap the levels of exhaustion, 1 point means they get disadvantage on ability checks. Level 2 means their speed is halved. They're really dragging. Level 3 means they have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Level 4 means their hit points maximum is halved. They're really worn down. Level 5 means their speed is reduced to 0. They are numb and need to rest. I wouldn't use level 6 or on the exhaustion table because death from stress is possible, but I think that'd be a little too dark, but that is up to you. So how do you get rid of this level of stress or exhaustion? You can use what I call the extra long rest on a retreat or a retreat. This is a week or more of just getting away from the grind and getting some me time, but don't make it boring and meaningless. Nor would I use a lot of real time with this mechanic. This could be an out-of-game experience event. You can say they went away for a week and this is what they were doing and here are the results. What would they do? The kind of things people do in real life. I like the idea that an extra long rest doesn't just wipe away their stress, but perhaps gives them XP or gives them better skill and advantages. They could go fishing. The character goes away and fishes for a while. With enough time fishing, they become proficient in survival or roll with advantage when fishing for food in bodies of water. Or maybe they go sailing. The character learns how to sail and sails a boat around. The character learns how to sail and sails a boat around, enjoying the waters off the Sword Coast. And then return, and maybe they have faster moving speed within a boat, or maybe they become more proficient in survival from knot tying and reading the weather. Maybe bodies of water become a preferred terrain. Maybe they go off and spend some time doing yoga or have a spa day. The character goes for a week of relaxation and stretching. They attend yoga classes, make pottery, and lie around the warm springs of Faerun. When they come back, maybe they have a boost to their constitution or advantage on saving throws against poison because they are now more in tune with their body. They could go hiking. The character hikes the trails and hills of Faerun for a week, getting in touch with the flora and fauna of nature. Upon their return, the character has improved their survival skills, or maybe they're really good at maps now. So now they have a head for where they are at any given time. Maybe difficult terrain isn't so difficult for them. Maybe they take cooking classes. The character goes for a week of training on cooking skills. They're taught by some of the finest chefs from Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate. When they return, they're way better at cooking, so maybe they can take the fish that was caught by the orc warrior and turn it into a meal that restores hit points or gives a boost to constitution. Maybe they can even cast Hero's Feast to the reduction in the cost of components. Maybe a 400 gold piece cubic zirconia encrusted goblet will do instead. These retreats offer some great opportunities for story hooks as well. Maybe the orc warrior catches a fish with a signet ring with the letter B in its mouth. Maybe while hiking near the Forest of Worms, the Tabaxi monk discovers the entrance to a long-lost temple that isn't on any maps. While they're at the cooking retreat, the tiefling warlock hears about a common ingredient that seems to be making people turn into mindless zombies. At the yoga retreat, the dwarven cleric hears whispers of a mineral spring near the spine of the world that is said to make people younger, but then they become very murderous. I believe this idea of a stress system and a meaningful extra long rest adds some grit and some amazing opportunities for role-playing in your game. Let me know in the comments if you like this idea or hate this idea or how you might improve it.